I've gone on rants like this before. I'll try to keep it short. It's annoying being me and Garrett. Like, it's annoying. Okay, it really is.
Being in our skin, it's not easy.
It's
bro.
not fucking.
It's not a walk in the park.
It's so frustrating having my hobbies. My hobbies seem to be the most frustrating hobbies because I think they're awesome. I want to talk about them all the time, but nobody else can relate, and everybody just expresses negativity towards me when I tell them.
You're killing yourself. You're
killing yourself. So, for example, I tell them, yeah, you know, I ride a motorcycle. I like motorcycles, blah, blah, blah. And then the first thing they say is like, hey, I saw this terrible motorcycle accident.
As in everybody.
As in everyone. The only thing that they can contribute to the conversation, because most of these people don't ride motorcycles, the only thing they can contribute is they could tell me some horrific motorcycle accident, and then they can pass on some like, you know, but be safe, take care of yourself. I'm like, please don't talk down to me like you're my father. Just tell me like, yeah, that's cool. That's all I want from you is to say like, yeah, that's cool.
Or don't say anything.
Or just be like, oh, that's, you know, nice.
Well,
but like, don't tell me some horror story about some dude who's smeared across the highway.
I've seen a dude lose his cough.
His calf muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen these stories. I mean, I've seen this happen. I know all the stories. I don't need to hear another one. So that's annoying. And then
maybe it's just the world trying to tell you to tone it down a bit. Maybe you trade in the bike, just keep the jacket, and then instead of smoking the cigars, you could just switch to vaping.
Right. Yeah, I tell
and you
people
can hang out on corners, passing out notes.
Yeah. So simultaneously, while Garrett and I had motorcycles, we were also skydiving. So not only are we getting the Yeah, Garrett and I were really into skydiving. So not only every single time I talk about skydiving, most people they just say like that's like crazy. Be careful.
Someone died at Paris.
Why don't you just kill yourself, dude? Why don't you just kill yourself?
I heard some dude's parachute just didn't open. It just didn't open. I'm like, that doesn't just happen. There's a reason why it didn't open. You know, there was someone made a mistake, and then what happened? Like they pulled their reserve chute, and nobody died, and it was fine. Blah blah blah. Basically,
YouTube was out though, so now everyone's watching YouTube videos of people skydive dying and shit.
Basically, whenever I told them I skydived, immediate negativity. Be careful. Be careful. Whenever I told people I ride a motorcycle, negativity. Be careful. Be careful. This guy, you know, his blood was everywhere. It was horrific. You know, don't let that be you. Blah blah blah. And then it was like, I smoke cigars. Like, oh my God, that like cigars are the worst. You're gonna get lung cancer. Blah blah blah. I'm like, can you just say like, those are some neat hobbies? Like, why is it always negativity? You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude. Maybe you should just move back home.
There's also
do some homebrew and like, you know, drink Bud.
Maybe I should just drink Bud Light.
Yeah, and just
hang out with my dad.
Light bulbs.
Yeah.
People also get mad at you. What was it about electric skateboards? Be like, whoa, bro! Like you tell me you don't.
Oh
need
my
to,
fucking
you don't
God,
need to exercise,
dude!
You ride an electric skateboard.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
what are you scared of sweating, bro?
So many people. So many
I'm
people.
with them on
No,
this.
you're not, dude. So many.
Fun. It's
so many people are just like, oh, you're too.
Brakes.
So people are like, oh, you're too lazy.
Brakes are nice.
Yeah,
You're too lazy to ride a regular skateboard. It's like, no, I'm not. They're like, aren't you worried about getting fat? It's like, no, I'm not worried about getting fat. And then they're like, oh my God, like they get so negative. They're like, where's the world going? We can't even walk anymore. We just got to like have electric skateboards take us everywhere. I'm like, fuck off. Just seriously, like, just go fuck off.
And drive away.
I'll ride my electric skateboard to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'll get a proper workout.
Yeah, and not only that, but
No,
the skateboard.
ride it to the gym and then just stay on the treadmill.
Yeah,
and then
just walk. Yeah, I'm like, that's not. They're like,
Just
oh my
put your
God.
skateboard on the treadmill and just ride it on.
And then they're like, how much did it cost? And I tell them, like, oh my God, such a waste of money. Blah 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 blah. You must be dumb to waste all your money. They're like, why don't you just walk? Walking's free, bro. Walking's free. And I was like, the electric skateboard does not replace walking. The electric skateboard replaces a bus ride. It replaces a taxi. And also, it's fucking heavy. So every time I walk up a flight of stairs, I'm burning more calories than if I was just walking up the flight of stairs without the skateboard.
just say it's fun. It's fucking. It is fun and dangerous.
No, but
and
you don't understand.
It's fun.
Then it is fun. I totally agree, and that's what I do say. But we're talking the second I say electric skateboard, I get a rant of negativity on like, oh my god, the world's fucking over. Like people aren't walking
That's
anymore.
only from skateboarders, though.
Yeah, I will say though.
Not yes and no. I've heard that from skateboarders, and I've heard it from non-skateboarders as well. I mean, the skateboarders will at least understand that hey, if there's a hill, you just pick up the skateboard. Well, I don't pick up the skateboard. I just go up the hill or go down the hill.
It's
Brakes.
fun.
And then they tell me to be safe.
Brakes, yeah.
And then they tell me to be safe. I'm like, riding an electric skateboard is safer than riding a regular skateboard. But they don't know that. They're just immediately they start being negative and they start telling me, be careful, man. Be careful. Do you have a helmet? You should get a helmet. I'm like, just fucking die.
I will say that I made a mistake purchasing my recent longboard in terms of
How so?
it's so fast.
It's so fast.
It's so fast. There's no brakes.
Dude, yeah, I step on a regular longboard. I'm like, this is dangerous.
It is scary as fuck.
My skateboard is dangerous, but I step on a regular skateboard. I'm like, that's a death trap.
No, it's like.
But I still ride them every once in a while.
I love it though. It's
on flat ground,
so
they're great.
Fun.
Yeah,
going
flat ground.
down.
Korea, there's hills everywhere. So
Oh no, that's part of the rush. I love it. I tear down like that fucking Bampo area. There's this long hill.
hey man, you should get a helmet, bro.
And I know that I should get a fucking helmet.
Definitely should. Dude, when you don't have brakes and you're going down a hill, one, you could fall off. Two, cars.
3 other people.
You can't brake. There's a car. There's a car crossing.
You mean
you're fucked.
one death? Yeah. One fucking death is what you should say.
Yeah,
no,
there's all
I'm
kinds of
scared
stuff.
of that thing. It accelerates way faster than. I don't know. They got these new fucking ball bearings in that thing. I spent way too much money on it because disposable income.
$500, right?
Yeah, $500.
Jesus Christ.
And the thing
For a toy.
Yeah.
Mine is not a toy. Mine is transportation. So I spent $1,500. So I spent 3 times as much. But I mean, I ride it every single day to work, back from work.
I don't ride mine enough, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to ride it only for fun on the weekends, blah, blah, blah. I ride mine for transportation and for fun on the weekends. So that's how I justified the cost in my mind. So
it totally makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to you because you are a smart person. But when I say it to some other random Joe and they immediately get negative and they immediately
Even our
think
little brother.
Even our little brother, even Tyler, it's just like, God damn it.
Well, I gotta say, even from Tyler's point of view, you gave him quite the negative sales pitch. Like your sales pitch was just like, dude, sometimes the connection cuts out and just hits the brakes, and you might be going through an intersection, boom, almost get hit by a car. I'm just like, you're not selling this.
Yeah. No, but I was just trying to. That happens every once in a while because my board's an older board and I've had it for 2 years. And I also found out if I hold the controller in a specific, the newer boards, I think they've figured this out where the connection's better. But my board, you have to hold it in a specific spot at a specific angle, and it's much better. But even then, it's still every once in a while.
But yeah, when it comes to motorcycles, yeah, you get all those the lecturers, the people. You get lecturers on all fronts. You get the lecturers of the guys that never had a bike, but they are smart. They want to explain to you why they're smart because they never got a bike. And they want to explain to you like how you're just being silly and like reckless and you're probably going to kill yourself, and how they're actually the cool ones for not riding a bike. I had a guy try to do that in front of his girlfriend, like one of my good friends, but he just wouldn't let it go. He's just like, dude, like, I'm not scared of stuff, but there's a difference between being scared and being stupid. Like, you're being stupid for riding a motorcycle in LA. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
like,
you just have to take it.
Yeah.
And then not even...
Let me finish. But so there's those guys who want to sound like they're cooler and smarter for not doing it. For like, I thought about it. It seems fun, but it's just too crazy. And I looked at some statistics. It's crazy. You're bound to crash any day now. You're going down. Then you have the guys that used to ride, and they like want to rehash like, oh, I used to ride, yeah, back in the day, blah, blah, blah. But be careful, man. Like, you know, they tell you all their close call stories. And then you have the guys that ride, and they're like, how long you been riding? And heaven forbid they've been riding longer than you, because then they're just like, I'm gonna be your wise fucking guy. I'll be the guy's voice of reason. I know a guy who died, bro. So rubber side down, bro. Rubber side down. Like, be safe, man. And they try to get all intricate and technical. Like,
sounds like a sex ed course, but
yeah. There's this guy I worked with, and he was the only other guy that at my job that rode. And I couldn't be friends with the guy because every single day he's like, oh, yeah, let's talk bikes. But I'm going to talk bikes from the perspective of, like, I've been riding longer than you.
so talk down.
So you need to get your notepad and pen
down to me. And he'd, like, talk down. Like, when anyone else had a question, oh, it was the worst. Like, someone would be like, oh, so, like, what's the difference between motorcycle tires and your tires? And he'd be like, okay, so, like, the fibers and the heat and the friction, and then they expand, and then what you get this symbiosis, and he's, like, making up words and, like, all this shit, and he's, like, it gets really technical and blah, 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 and I'm just like...
He was lonely, dude.
And then as soon as he fucking takes a breath, I'm just like, the tires stick better when they're warm. like fuck, he's just like, yeah, pretty much, like,
yeah,
just like, goddamn.
And then okay, those are all of our like more unhealthy / dangerous hobbies. But even our hobbies of being like health and fitness, you say you eat a lot of vegetables, then you got to hear a bunch of people talk about bullshit like, oh, I eat a lot of vegetables too, or I don't like vegetables, or vegetables aren't good for me, or blah, blah, blah.
What?
Dude, the shit people say, when you bring up health and fitness, you will not believe the amount of bullshit you will hear. Anyway.
Let's not get into that again.
Yeah. And then you say, you exercise regularly. And I mean, not all the time, but a lot of the time it's just horrendous. You're like, I don't want to tell anyone that I exercise, because if I tell anyone that I exercise, then I have to hear their bullshit, like lying to themselves about like, oh yeah, I used to be yoked, or I'm trying to get yoked.
Or I thought about it, but then I decided, my face would get fat. I was buff, but my face was fat.
I started getting too big.
Smoke weed and do nothing.
I started getting too big, and like, my muscles were too hard, and like, it just wasn't attractive, so I stopped. You hear, or once you're labeled like the fitness dude, then they always come to you for motivation, and you're like, I don't want to motivate you. You got to motivate
Gavin,
yourself.
Motivate me.
Yeah, like I have a coworker that I work with right now. She always wants to talk about being healthy and stuff. And it just drives me absolutely nuts because she'll be talking about it and putting candy bars in her mouth at the same fucking time.
I'm not going to say anything.
Same fucking time she's talking about health and fitness. She's like, oh, yeah, I went to the gym and it was a great workout, but I'm just so hungry, so I'm just snacking. Oh, I'm so bad. Just put chocolate in her face. I'm just like, headphones. Fucking leave me alone, It's like, goddamn.
There's one of my
one girl, this has happened a couple of times. One girl, they're just like, oh, you exercise and you're healthy and you're fit. I just don't care about my looks. I just don't care. I think it's like shallow. I just don't care about what other people think about me. And then again, they
that was cool when you were 18.
They turn it into like a power trip. They're like, oh, you're self-conscious and you care about what people think about you, so you work out. I'm not as low as you. I don't care about what other people think about me.
There's a white trash.
So annoying.
There's a white trash stripper, a literal stripper that my roommate in Austin, Texas had a fling with. And I come out of my room and they're doing Whippets, which is like the most white trashy drug you can do. I didn't even know about it.
Does it count? I guess it does.
I didn't even know about it.
Sniff it. I don't know anything about Whippets.
I didn't even know about it until I met my freaking my friend back in Austin, a roommate. The guy, he grew up in like actual white trash fucking family household. And he's a smart dude. He came out of it. He's a veteran, and he got a degree in what was it, physics from UT Austin. But he still has his white trash roots for example, he's like almost exclusively attracted to ghetto strippers. Like he wouldn't just.
Just does it,
Hanging out with him, I met probably maybe 20 different strippers, and there's like multiple strip clubs in Austin, Texas. He went to the ghetto one. Like everyone's like, oh, that's like the ghetto one. Like it's like in the ghetto district. And I'm trying to sleep at 3 a.m. and all of a sudden 5 fucking strippers walk into my house, chatty as shit about their shift. And I'm just like, I'm not sleeping. I guess I'm going to go out and hang out with these people. And so I was sitting there. One day I come out and this new girl is doing whippets with my friend. And
Can you explain what a whippet is?
A whippet is like nitrous oxide. It's like little CO2
You know the things you
canisters?
stick into like to
An
refill
airsoft gun?
No,
Yeah,
no,
kind
to refill like whipped cream and shit, like whipped cream guns and stuff, reusable ones.
It's like nitrous oxide.
yeah.
What?
It's like little gas canisters, and you just
Yeah.
like essentially, and it gives you like a rush.
Yeah, it gives you a
That
rush for
can't
about
be
like
good for you, right?
15 No, it's fucking terrible for you.
How is that legal?
It
It's
is legal.
because
It's legal?
because they're just literally like you just stick them into the. Have you seen a whipped cream gun where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
stick
yeah.
the whipped cream in, you stick it in the side,
Yeah.
and it'll propel the whipped cream.
So,
Or, like,
so are
some
they
other sub-
are they
whatever.
buying these whippets, under the illusion that they're gonna stick
something
it?
probably like that.
Yeah,
they're
you can
gonna
buy
stick
them
it
in
in
packs of
whipped
like
cream?
30, I think.
But
and
they sell them at gas stations.
Yeah.
Like you're like,
But-
oh, you're gonna do whipped cream with that, huh?
Okay.
But
okay.
anyways,
Yeah, and then
so
you
they're
just
doing
fucking-
whippets, and I'm just like,
Jesus
what
I've
was
never
funny
done
is
it,
I
but-
hear this, and then I hear like this sound of like dropping metal. I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing out there? Come out there. I'm just like, huh? What are you guys doing? And it's like, we're doing whippets. I'm just like, okay. And I'm in my gym clothes, and the girl's like, where are you going? And I'm just like, I'm just gonna go to the gym. They're just like, you work out? I'm just like, yeah. She's like, you look fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah.
what? What do you do?
Yeah. They,
I'm like,
they
what do you
immediate-
do?
they-
She's just like,
it's a power trip.
yeah. I'm just like, you're a white trash stripper, goddammit. And then as I'm fucking like getting a pre-workout like shake made, I'm literally listening to my friend try to tell the girl. I use the friend loosely. I'm pretty generous.
You're pretty friendly.
Yeah. But I'm literally listening to him explain to her why like ass implants aren't that bad. And I'm just like, huh? Huh?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just like, are you kidding me? And then I'm just like, I'm trying to fucking just get out the door.
Just gotta get
and then
this-
eventually I'm just like, look, some guys really like big asses and they don't care if they're fake. But if I met a girl and she had a fake ass, I would never fucking go on a second date with her.
no.
Never would I go on a date with a fucking girl if I knew she had a fake ass. Meanwhile, I'm going to the gym and I'm work my ass out for real. I'm gonna do some squats. You can too. Or you can sit here doing whippets and say I'm the self-conscious loser for going to the gym.
Yeah. Also, totally not related, but have you guys ever dealt with this where you're on a date or you're just meeting someone and you bring up money and it's not even a big deal, and then they immediately like, dude, just don't worry about money, man. just don't worry about it. Like everything's gonna be okay. I'm like, I'm not worried. I just mentioned like, I'm on a budget or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like, you know what I mean? Or it's like I'm saving up for a computer and I don't have the money yet, but in like a couple months I will. Like, just don't worry about it, man. It's gonna be fine. You're like, I'm not worrying about it. There's a healthy.
You're freaking out, man.
It's like, I hate it when people do that because it's like, okay, there's two people who have problems with money. It's the people who always talk about money, and there's the people who never talk about money, and then the people who are in the middle. They're normal people.
Yeah, it's
I'm a normal
sensibility.
person. I almost never talk about money, but when I do, it's very brief. I'm not stressed out. And it's very like, for this, I want to go to Thailand for this vacation, so I got to save up this much for the ticket, so I'm going to take it easy this weekend.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're just
called
like, don't
budgeting.
worry about your money, man. Go to the bar. Like, it's just like, I'm not worrying about the money. It's just like that. Like one girl specifically, she was like, no, just stop. You're worrying. You're stressed out. I'm like, but I'm not. I'm not worrying. I'm not stressed out. But you're pissing me off by telling me that I am.
Goals.
Yeah, it's like a budget, like
Goals.
1 + 1 = 2. It's like very linear. It's you don't have to, tack on this like artificial stress that's not there, and then you're gonna turn into a power trip and be like, yo, you gotta be chill, like me, unlike you. It's like, but
I'm broke.
And yeah, I'm broke, but like I don't care about it. So I'm above you, you know. Just people who power trip.